In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front brake hose on your Mazda 3. It's located behind your front wheel. Alright, so you're going to want to press your brake pedal down. You can use a pry bar or a pole of some sort before you do any hydraulics on your vehicle. This will ensure that you don't lose all your brake fluid when disconnecting any brake lines, hoses, or calipers. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to take off our lug nuts. Make sure you hold on here. Make sure that wheel doesn't fall off on you. Using a 13mm line wrench, we're going to remove this brake hose from the caliper. If you need to, you can grab onto this fitting with a 14mm and hold that still as you loosen up this fitting. But for ours, we didn't need that. Set that aside. Next, we're going to remove this spring clip holding the hose to the bracket. I'm going to use some needle nose pliers and pull that out. You can also get a pry bar in there and pull it out that way if it's rusty and stuck. You can take that out. Using a 10mm line wrench, we're going to break free this line. Once you break it free, you can switch to a regular wrench and loosen it the rest of the way and take that line right out of there. Once the fitting is out, you can just pull the line aside. Now we can take the spring clip out and pull the line out. Put your hose in the bracket. Make sure the notches line up. Like that. You can get your brake line started. Now for this brake hose, you're going to go underneath the bracket and then slide it up. And there's a flat side that goes towards the strut. So once it's seated in there, you can get your brake hose started into the caliper. Now we can put our spring clip in this bracket to hold the brake hose in. And now we can put this spring clip in. All right, so let's snug up our brake line here. Now we're going to tighten up our brake hose at the caliper. Remove your pry bar, and you want to pump it up a little bit. Once you feel like it's kind of coming up to the top but a little swishy, you're going to stop, and then you're going to do a gravity bleed. We're going to do a gravity bleed. Take off your cap for your bleeder. Now we're going to crack open this bleeder screw. You're going to use a 9mm wrench. All right, I'm not seeing any air bubbles, so we're going to close it down. And snug it up. Clean it off with some brake parts cleaner. You can put your cap back on. Now you can get in your vehicle, you can pump the brake pedal up, make sure it's nice and firm and at the top. If it's not and feels a little squishy, you're going to want to do a full brake bleed procedure. I'm going to clean the cover, take it off, and top off our fluids. Make sure you fill it to max. Clean up any fluid that you may have spilled. We're going to install our wheel now. All right, I like to walk the wheel on. When you're tightening, make sure you go in a star-like pattern. We're going to torque our wheel to 85 foot-pounds in a star-like pattern. Make sure you clean off your cap and anything near it, free from any dirt, before removing your cap. For this vehicle, we aren't going to be able to siphon out the fluid because it doesn't have the right. I'm going to take this off and show you. It's too shallow to put anything in there to siphon it out. So what we're going to do instead is make sure it's topped off with clean fluid. Make sure you use whatever the manufacturer recommends for brake fluid. On this vehicle, the cap says .4. Just make sure it says that in your manual as well. And we're going to bleed out the old fluid at our furthest wheel away from the master cylinder, which is the right rear. Once you see all that fluid that's dirty come out and it starts coming out clean, then we're going to close the bleeder down. Now that you have bled out all the old fluid, I'm going to clean our cap one more time, open it up, and refill the master cylinder with clean fluid. Clean up your mess. Put your cap back on. And now we can do the full brake bleed procedure. Starting in the right rear, then the left rear. Then we're going to go to the right front and then the left front. Make sure that you have a drain bucket below before proceeding, or something like we have to catch the brake fluid. We're going to take our cap off the bleeder screw. I'm using a 10mm wrench. I'm going to loosen this up. I have somebody in the vehicle that's going to pump the brakes up for me. Pump them up, please. He's holding. I'm going to break it free. It's to the floor. I'm going to close it back down. Pump it up. As we're doing this, we're going to look for air bubbles going down the tube. Pump it up one more time, please. He's holding. To the floor. I'm going to close it back down and move on to my left rear. Take this off. Clean it off. And put our cap back on. All right, now that we've done our back two wheels, midway through, we're going to check our fluids. Replace your cap. All right, now that you've topped that off, you can proceed to the right front. We just topped off our brake fluid, and now we're here at the right front. Take off the cap. You're going to use a 9mm wrench for the front bleeder. And have your friend inside the car pump it up. Okay, pump it up. Pump it up. Close that down. Make sure it's tight. We're going to clean it off and put the cap back on. And now we're going to go to the left front. Now that we've done all 4 wheels, I'm going to clean the cover, take it off, and top off our fluids. Make sure you fill it to max. Clean up any fluid that you may have spilled. You can get in your vehicle, check your brake pedal, make sure it's right at the top, nice and firm, and then take it for a road test. If it is not, you're going to have to redo the brake bleed procedure again.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.